We are live 364 days a year. What are we doing here?
If Dom turns at SummerSlam, I'm shaving my moustache off. I told you, if that happens, it's going. My lip is cold because of a stupid bet that I made with YouTube.
Oh, good.
Wrestle's better than Daniel Bryan Daniels. Better than Okada.
How did not get fishy after Monday Night Raw?
Welcome to Wrestling Republic's daily broadcast, a show where a rotating cast of wrestling fans from around the world come and share and debate their opinions, with live comments from all of you shown throughout, as after all, fans are what makes wrestling so special. So sit back, grab a beverage, and enjoy the show.
What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Shad Talks Graps, and we are back with another installment of the Wrestling Republic daily broadcast. It's Thursday. You know what that means. AEW Dynamite review show. We got a crazy episode to talk about. In the year of 2026, both companies are just splash, throwing the money, bringing in free agents. And we got to talk about Tommaso Ciampa being all elite. Also, Ace Austin versus Jon Moxley. Big-time AEW Women's Championship match. Chris Statlander versus Tekla. And, of course, that main event. And all that comes with that main event going into next week. Andrade and Swerve Strickland. But I can't do this alone. I got a very prestige panel. And we're going to first and foremost kick it out to someone who has been feeling this shiverness as I have been dealing with this snowstorm out in the 703 area. And how are you, bro?
Man, I am chilling, brother. I'm in the 540 though. You know how we do it, man. It's crazy cold out here, brother. But Dynamite was crazy last night. We had some great stuff going on. I can't wait to talk about it with you guys. So let's get this show rolling, Shotty.
For sure, man. And just like chaos, bro. I told him on the comments the other day. Fresh cut, I see, huh? Y'all stepping out with the fresh cuts nowadays, huh?
Man, I got my new glasses, so I had to clean up the beard a little bit, get the cut, so I looking right for the 26.
I respect it, man. Last but not least, we gotta kick it out to the West Coast. The other young buck to myself, the queen of Wrestling Republic, Mary. How are you doing, sis?
I'm doing great. Another fabulous episode of Dynamite last night. But personal shout out to my best friend, Mena, on the birth of her second child. I just wanted to give some time for that in my intro today. But I am so glad to be here with you guys, and I can't wait to get into it.
Oh, no doubt, man. And definitely congrats to your friend. Man, it is great. It is great when people are able to become parents. I'll tell you that. Ant can attest to that. I'm still relatively new to it. I'm going to be 1 year in the book this Saturday. So big ups to all the parents out there, man. And yeah, man, let's get right into it because we do got to talk about this jam-packed show. And we got to talk about a big surprise, man. Mark Briscoe versus El Clone, which I want to say, very good match. I like El Clone, bro. He's nice. He got a little bit of swagger to him, too. Post-match, Briscoe talks his talk. Told good old buddy Don Callis, I'm done fighting all your people. I want some real competition. All right, I want anybody. Lights turn off. Heartbeat on the Titantron. You hear this tone of music. Psycho Killer Tommaso Ciampa is all elite, answering the call face to face with Mark Briscoe. These guys have a lot of history from the Ring of Honor days 10 years ago and more than 10 years ago, 13 years plus ago. And I am super excited for this, man. Obviously, we spoke all last week. Tommaso Ciampa's contract was coming to an end. He made a very emotional Instagram post basically letting us know that he is done with the WWE and he is going to, embark in a new journey. And that new journey is going to be All Elite Pro Wrestling because after that segment, Tony Khan gave us the good old graphic. So it's not just a one-off. It's not just, some free-range stuff. No, Ciampa is All Elite, and they got a big time match this Saturday. So I have a lot of thoughts, but I want to get y'all's thoughts first and foremost. What are your initial, reactions to Ciampa last night? And how do you think he's going to work in AEW? And I will start with you.
Yeah, man. First of all, I just want to give a shout out to El Clone because, like you said, that match, what I felt was the highlight of the show. That match was really good. Anytime you get Unk on TV, man, I feel like Unk has been delivering banger match after banger match every time he steps out with his redneck taekwondo or redneck kung fu, what he call it, man. So seeing that, and then like you said, man, the promo he dropped to Don Callis, I'm done with you guys, and closing that chapter, and then Tommaso Ciampa coming out and just taking that match and elevating the segment even higher, knowing the feud that we can be getting with Tommaso Ciampa and Mark Briscoe is just so fun to see. Their match Saturday is going to be one of the most hard-hitting, one of the most crazy matches there is. And I think Tommaso Ciampa is going to come straight into AEW and be reunited with Goldie. The TBS championship is going to look good around his waist. No disrespect to Mark Briscoe. He's had a great run with it though. And but yeah, man, I'm excited to see what Ciampa can do in AEW. And yeah, man, it's just it was so fun to watch last night. Yeah, when the Psycho Killer hit and the music was going, I was like, what is going on? Like, what is this? And then like when it dawned on me who it was, it was beautiful because everyone keeps thinking, they don't have the 90-day non-compete clause anymore. So seeing Ciampa, give his goodbye and then turn up in AEW right after is a beautiful thing, man. It strike while the iron's hot is what they say. So it's fun. It's fun to watch now.
No doubt. And I definitely agree with you on that. I feel like these type of moments in pro wrestling is what makes pro wrestling so fun. It makes it feel so fresh. And it genuinely brings a level of excitement. Because to me, I didn't expect us to get a debut last night, right? Nothing was implied to it. Nothing was spoiled by the dirt sheets. Nothing was teased prior to it. It was a genuine, as perfect as they can debut him is what they did last night. They no expectations. It came way out of left field. Everything, the music was amazing. The presentation was amazing. It made him feel like a big time superstar that he rightfully is. So I want to get through a couple comments, and then Mary, I want to get your point. Then I want to talk about it all together as well. First and foremost, we got the homie Adrian Padilla saying, great to see you guys. Let's go. Keep chilling like a villain out there. Shad, appreciate it, man. It is definitely chilly out here, but I definitely appreciate that, man. Always pleasure to have you in the comments, man. Always thank you support. We got the homie Bobby Petito in the building saying, welcome to AEW, Tommaso Ciampa. And who would you guys like to see him wrestle against? Wow, there is a endless amount of matchups. I mean, for me in particular, just with his style of, wrestling, I love his brawling ability, his physicality. He really lays it in. There's a lot of people that wrestle a strong style over there, people that got New Japan ties. So maybe him versus Okada, him versus Takeshita would be a lot of fun. Him and Fletcher, who works very physical. I mean, there's just an endless amount of people that he can, work against. I mean, y'all got anybody in particular?
Tommaso Ciampa and Brody King would bring the pain. Oh, that'd be so fun to watch.
I mean, with kind of what we saw with Kyle Fletcher still dabbling himself in the TNT title picture, I could see Ciampa and Fletcher going at it at some point in time.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be nice. Funny comment here. AEW, home of ex-WWE talent. Oh, man.
All right, bro.
Ricky Saints, huh?
All right, bro.
Jade Cargill, huh? Ethan Page, oh, man. Sean Spears, wow. Penta, ooh, Ray Phoenix, oh, my goodness, yeah. It seems like it's kind of a two-way street, bucko.
It's revolving doors, man. Don't let that stuff get to you, man. Like
it ain't getting
here. I know. Here at Wrestling Republic, we appreciate wrestling. Take that BS elsewhere, man. We don't need that here. We don't need that here, man.
And a positive comment. This is a nice one. Ciampa versus Gabe Kidd. That would be a lot of fun. Two bald, bearded dudes just putting in, pain in, man. And then we got the homie BJ Dixon in the house saying, "Hey guys, can't wait to see Ciampa and Briscoe on Saturday." I mean, Mary, I want to kick it off to you. Obviously, what are your thoughts on this debut from Tommaso Ciampa last night, and everything that transpired with it? And also, man, like, do you think he's gonna get that belt off of Briscoe?
I want to say yes, but always a part of me wants to say no, just for the shock factor. I mean, but overall, his debut presentation, theme song, it was just out of the park. He looked genuinely happy. And that's what makes it so special with these unpredictable surprise debuts, that when they actually do show up, you could just see how happy they are when they're realizing, wow, what a good breath of fresh air. And I can't wait for the opportunities he's going to have in AEW. I know it is where the best wrestle. But at the end of the day, if we're going to get dream match after dream match, it could be anybody at this point.
No doubt. And man, I'm excited, man. I'm excited, man. And I'm just going to say this though, for real, because this is where the best wrestle. And I think you said it, and I know that's the moniker. This is where the best wrestle, because different to the counterpart that is the WWE, which is definitely more renowned. It's got the lights that make people want to tune in. It's what we know. It is a top tier product, man. It is the NBA, it's the NFL of this sport that we like. But for me, AEW on a platform in the States makes it a lot different. And for me, a person like Tommaso Ciampa fits AEW like a glove. And I want to preface this because there has been a lot of criticism towards him going there. And there's a lot of criticism on the money management of AEW in some way, the signings. If you have the ability to assemble the best roster that you can do, you go ahead and do that. Okay? This isn't a salary cap like it is in the NFL. You can spend the money if you got the money. And Tony Khan has the ability to get a big fish. He's going to get a big fish. And to me, Tommaso Ciampa is a big fish. This is someone I won't say is wasted by the WWE, but this is someone who wasn't brought in the singles division that he maybe could have flourished. And it may not be his fault. It's just how the cookie crumbles. But to me, I feel like he is going to really thrive in AEW. And I think he's going to have more success than a lot of people expect him to have. Like, I don't think this is a situation where it's just another signing just for another signing. I think Tommaso Ciampa is he's a vet, but man, he's still got a lot of good years left in the tank. And he's so good as a character, as a talker, as a wrestler. He's as great as you can build him to be. And I'm excited to see it, man. I'm excited to see it.
Look back at Tommaso Ciampa's run in NXT Black and Gold.
Yeah,
NXT champion.
Exactly what I was gonna say.
The same people that will sit here and talk about, oh, he shouldn't go to AEW. He's gonna suck now. You know what I'm saying? Those same people that were sitting there cheering him on then. So you're gonna get that Tommaso Ciampa, right? It doesn't matter what. Like, here's the thing I understand. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what promotion someone's wrestling on. If you like the person, if you like their work, you're gonna like them.
Yeah.
Right. Like, if you're getting the best out of that person, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Right. It's not like when Donovan McNabb took off an Eagles jersey and came to the Commanders. That's different. Right? That's different.
It's a different. It's definitely pro wrestling. That's hilarious.
But you know what I'm saying, though?
It's not a sports. Yeah. It's not. The thing is this, though. It's not like it isn't like a sports team aspect of it, right? Because I don't think I feel like you can have favorites of what you preference in a landscape of what you watch on a product. Like there are people that actively say, "Hey, I enjoy WWE more than New Japan, AEW." There's people that say, "I enjoy AEW more than WWE, a New Japan," and like vice versa, TNA, all of that. Like people have stuff that clicks for them and that's good for them. But at the end of the day, if you love pro wrestling, like we all love pro wrestling, we love pro wrestlers and we like to follow their journey. I mean, it's the same thing with people that were just released by the WWE. I mean, Shotzi Blackheart just won Independent Wrestler of the Year in PWI, and she was released by the WWE. And people were like, what's going to happen to her? She got cut. Like, it's doomsday. No, she's having more success leaving the WWE than she was in the WWE. To me, it feels like she was shackled in the WWE and like just tied up, not being able to do anything, where now you cut the chains through and she's able to run free and you get to see what she's able to do. And that's just, situations matter at the end of the day. And to me, I feel like Ciampa's situation will be good in the AEW. I get it that there is a worry because the roster may be tied with a lot of talented guys and whatnot. But isn't that the fun of it? Isn't that the competitive nature?
Yeah.
Never be killed. The cream rises to the top, like Macho Man says, right?
All the time.
All the time,
man.
So, I mean, that's bro, that's the thing. Like, it's like, to that point, it's like sports. A hungry dog is going to eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, you bust your ass if you want to be on a Dynamite, on a Collision, right?
Look at Collision coming up this weekend, dog. We got Wesley. I mean, we got the Rascals taking on
Leo Rush and
Leo
Andrade.
When did we think we were going to get that match? That is going to cook.
It is going to cook. We have two big time debut matches with free agents that were picked up. And there's another guy that hold on, let me put this up real quick because I got DCX Warlord, man. You going crazy with the comments, and I respect it. Just keep him flying. But I can't even find it. But he said something about he thought it was Myron Reed for a second, right? That's another guy too. Myron Reed is part of the Rascals who hasn't even debuted on an in-ring ability yet. But like, we're gonna see it, man. It's the beauty of wrestling. Here's the other thing too. We're probably going to see a lot of people eventually, contracts come and go. That's the truth of it, man. People are going to be able to go from here and there. We don't know what's in the back end of it, right? That's where it's like sports again. Contracts expire, you sign new free agents, you draft new people. This is the ever cycle of it, and this is just a new wave of it. I mean, nobody's complaining that allegedly Hobbs is going to the WWE. Allegedly, I don't know if it's just true or yet, but if he does go there, that's amazing for him. He didn't get to be maximized like how Ciampa wasn't maximized as well, and hopefully he gets to be maximized in the WWE, which I think he can because he's talented. So we'll see what happens, man. But I do want to get to the other topics, although this was this is probably the biggest thing. Great lead off. Very big thing to start off a very eventful week of wrestling that we will have. But let's talk about Ace Austin for a second, because this is another talented young man who was signed not that long ago to AEW from TNA. And he got an opportunity to wrestle against Jon Moxley for the title. And I thought this was a fun match, man. I think Ace Austin is someone that has been doing a lot of work on ROH that they mentioned, right? He's won 4 or 5 straight wins in ROH that they tied to it. And he's young, man. Like, to me, this is like a developmental guy that you pick up. Someone might not be a top guy right now, but like you give him a couple years, just like how Kyle Fletcher was, let him cook a little bit, and then maybe 2 or 3 years down the line, you got yourself a solid mid-card champ, or you got yourself a budding superstar. And I think him getting the opportunity to mix it up with Moxley was good. Mox does pull out with the win. I'm very, very curious to see what's going to continue with the Death Riders, because obviously this kind of bled into post-match. Davis and Doyle attack him. They get the comeuppance. And I got to ask you, man, first, thoughts on the match and Ace Austin, but is the Death Riders, like, do you think they're going to be down with this babyface shenanigans that Moxley's pulling off? Or do you think that some turmoil is coming finally?
So first and foremost, man, Ace Austin is the new style professional wrestler, young athlete that is just taking over right now. And I love the way that all these young kids are coming up. They're being themselves, they're doing them their way, and they're being respectful, but they don't care, right? Like Ace Austin, he's funny, he's got the look, what do the kids say now? He's aura farming. You know what I'm saying? Dude, he's got the look. He talks about his thighs. You know what I'm saying? He talks about his abs. He's got the crazy hair. And he's one of those kids that's not lacking in confidence, which is good for him. Now, he got taught a lesson by Moxley last night. You know, Moxley played around with him a little bit. I'll tell you, man, everybody's hitting a spinning kick nowadays that looks really good. We were talking about it the other night. Nikita Lyons hit a spin kick that was vicious, and this guy hit a spinning kick on Mox last night. That, whew, man, it shook his jaw a little bit. So I like seeing stuff like that, and I just like watching the way this kid is performing in the ring and moving in the ring, and just the way Mox is starting to elevate more people now. So I enjoyed the match a lot. I thought it, from just a standpoint, yes, he's still green. He's still got some things to go. But in the two matches that he's had on Collision and on Dynamite, with Ricochet and Mox, I thought he's carried his own. I really haven't seen his matches on Ring of Honor that he's won. But the two that I've seen, like I said, against Ricochet and Mox, they've been really entertaining matches. Second question about the this baby face stuff with Mox. I think Mox is at the point now to where he's just doing whatever he wants. And it's going to come down to the point to either the Death Riders are going to fall in line or they're just going to go on their own. And I feel like for the past 2 years, it's been culminating to this. And at some point, they're either going to have to poop or get off the pot. They're going to have to pull the trigger to get rid of the Death Riders or not. And I just, I don't see how the Death Riders have survived this long, but they're keeping them together. So as long as we keep talking about it, it's a topic. So I don't know, man. I guess maybe once we forget and stop talking about it, they'll dissolve them. But until now, man, it's a good subject to keep talking about.
Yeah, I guess it's a bit of a slow burn, you could say. And we're in a new phase of it, right? But Moxley
long-term storytelling.
Long-term storytelling. But Moxley definitely is showing shades of being the true babyface, and I do think that is good for him. I don't know what the long-term end game is for the rest of the crew, to be honest with you. I don't know what comes upon it. I feel like there's a possibility it could do more detriment to everybody than benefit, just because we have been stretching this joint out for as long as we can. Somebody like Claudio and Pac, I don't think they will struggle too much just because they're made men on their own and they're big enough stars. And then even someone like Marina, just because she's kind of her own imposing star, she'll be fine as long as they, position her in the women's division well enough. But the other two, man, Garcia and Yuta, I worry about them. I worry about them a lot just because I think Yuta hasn't shown a level of growth as a character from this group. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't shown an imposing heel factor or even a slimy heel factor where you just hate him, right? Kind of how it was with Dom in the initial build up to it. I feel like he's just kind of oh yeah, that guy. And then Garcia, man, sucks, bro. It really sucks. I truly think he is he's gonna eventually be one of those guys they really kind of misuse the hell out of him, and he might find success somewhere outside of AEW and really find himself, because he's got charisma and character, and he's a hell of a wrestler. They just don't know how to position him well enough, and it's a damn shame.
When Darby Allin drug him behind the car, man, that was the end for him, dog. Like he had just came in. Now he's getting drugged behind the car.
Exactly, man.
Facts.
It's a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame. Let's get through a couple comments. Tito said he thinks Ace Austin is a future TNT champion. That would be pretty cool, Bobby. I would not be surprised if he eventually gets to that. Bobby also says that AEW should sign bang, bang. Sosa. Ricky Sosa. I would like that. Although I saw his interview. Salute to my boy Muscle Malcolm, who will be doing some work with us in the near future. Shameless plug. He had an interview with Ricky Sosa, and he definitely said he had interest in AEW. But he said his dream is WWE. I think either or would be fire. So here's the thing: WWE likes the Death Rebel stuff, and that's my only fear.
Yeah.
Right? AEW will actually bring his song into the fold, right? But he kind of got the swagger and he's got the youth that would fit at NXT. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
NXT feel like that joint is literally like, I feel like it's below a generation past me now. Like it's really like that young, like 20-year-old, like
NXT's the hood.
Yeah. Like you got all the young folk in there, and I like it though. I like it a lot. It feels fresh, especially with the men's division. They add a lot of new, fresh life into it. It's fun, and it's not something like AEW or even a main roster where you're gonna get some like 5-star bangers on a weekly basis, but you'll get some good stuff. Right, you'll get some solid matches. And you got some people that can really work at a high level, but it's so different and it got its own vision. I like that about it. You know what I'm saying? And you got Kendall Gray, dog. What happened?
DCX Warlord.
He said Osiris Griffin looks like a light-skinned version of JTG. Wow.
Sorry, I don't know why that got me so.
Wow. He's not wrong. He looks like Chase Claypool too.
Right.
All right, let's get back on track though, because let's talk about the ladies. AEW Women's Championship on the line. This match has been set up for a little bit now. We got the Toxic Spider Tekla versus Stat Daddy herself, Chris Statlander. The Martian. We are not the same. I am a Martian herself. This was a fine match. It was fine. It didn't live up to expectations, unfortunately for me. They didn't rise to the occasion. It was a bit of a letdown. Stat does get a win. I don't know where we go with Tekla after this, though. Like, I'm not saying she's lost in the weeds after this, but to me, she's someone that is so, like, she's like popping up. Like, I need to get a belt at some point because her character work is so good. Where to me, it's like people will harp on the in-ring ability for her, say she's not one of the best workers, whatever that means, bro. I'm tired of that BS. I heard people use that stuff all the time. These are professionals. Wrestling is half the fight. She got the other half by a long mile. She's such a great character. But this is a big win for Stats. Stats definitely stacking up a lot of good title defenses. Mary, obviously, you are the queen of Wrestling Republic. Pronounced, we just need to give you your crown. What you think about the ladies last night? Did you enjoy the match? And then also, there is a potential big-time horse fight lurking after this. So talk about it.
I'll just say it simple. Fabulous match, the wrong winner. But I don't want to discredit Stat Daddy at all. I feel like this was probably the best opportunity to give the belt to Tekla. Unfortunately, she didn't come out with the win. But I feel like this shouldn't lose her momentum, though. I feel like this should only solidify her as a dominant heel and maybe not demote herself out of the main event picture just yet, but maybe incorporate Willow Nightingale in the possibilities. She's got the TBS championship now. If if Tekla does something heelish to, in a way, get back at Statlander for the loss, I think Tekla could easily, at some point, give a fabulous bout with Willow to possibly be the new TBS champion down the road. But as far as for the match, fabulous job between those two. Again, right match, wrong winner. But when this set up for, wow, I can't even get my words out because I was so surprised that they're actually going to pull the trigger on Megan Bayne. I have been the biggest Megan Bayne stan since I started to be all elite. She is a powerhouse. She is beautiful. She is deadly. If there's anyone that I feel could go really, really, really toe-to-toe with Statlander for a championship match, give it to Megan Bayne. But I feel like it's going to kind of go into the tag team division as well with Penelope, just so that way she's not completely out of the mix. But if we just get Statlander and Megan Bayne for a whole 20 minutes, I'm in. I am so in.
Yeah, so man, okay. I want to go on the first tangent for a second. So you said right match, wrong winner. So you think Tekla should have most definitely won that match?
I thought it was her time. It was her time. It was literally right there in the moment. She beat her the week prior. She gave her a week to be the champ. And I felt like it was going to be, the final number for the Cosmic Killer. But again, Stat Daddy keeps proving me wrong. And I think that's the point with her character. She just keeps kind of proving us wrong.
I agree with you 85%. I feel like the only reason they had that match last night was to set up Sisters of Sin versus Babes of Wrath. And yeah. I think you were right. You hit the nail on the head of getting Tekla versus Willow Nightingale, because in the tag team championship match coming up this Saturday, I could see some nefarious things happening where Tekla cost them the tag team match. And then we get a Tekla versus Willow for the TBS championship. And
yes,
so
and yes,
that's the setup I see coming.
I like that idea, and I think if that's the setup, I wouldn't be mad at it. I do think the Sisters of Sin having decked out in gold would just be really good as a team, as a faction. Mm-hmm. And I think that's something you can kind of just gloss out and really like draw people in. My worry for Statlander has always just been, I think she is one of the best premier in-ring workers in women's wrestling. Like, she's definitely up there to like the likes of a Bailey, the likes of truthfully, bro, she's so good in ring. But the character work, man, it's something that really, really lacks. She looks amazing, but she doesn't really have a precise character to her. Megan Bayne doesn't need to say anything.
Not a word.
Right. Like facial expression. I'm dead silent when I see her, bro.
Her feet are tired.
Me too, bro. Me too.
I just know her feet are tired. Running through my brain all day.
Yeah, respectfully, man. That woman is definitely the goddess, and she deserves that.
The Megasis.
That title. But she's someone that feels like a champ, though. Like, that feels like someone you want to have a world title on too. So I'm curious to see what the direction is. It does feel like they could be going.
What up, Oogie?
Yeah. we got some comments saying what's up, and we got the homie in the building, man. Just the part. What's going on, broski? Saying hello, WR. We got what's it called? We got Bobby Petito saying he's interested to see Willow. Who gets the next shot at Willow? Also for Collision, Clark Connors versus Darby Allin. That's gonna be nice. And then he sees the similarities of Stat. Like in-ring wise is a Raquel, Belair, and Rhea. Yeah, like kind of she does got a little bit of that side to her. And I say Bianca isn't as tall as them. Bianca to me is like, I don't even know how to compare it. Like she's mad athletic though, too. Like she's significantly more She's significantly
than anybody
more
else.
athletic. Yeah. So if you're comparing it to Raquel, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, and Statlander, Bianca is way more athletic, fast, like than all those women, right?
I can't think of anyone on AEW's roster that I would compare to Bianca.
In the
No
women's
knock
division,
on
there's
anyone.
not a pure
Yeah, no.
athlete. There's not a pure athlete that can. No, respectfully, no disrespect on that too. I mean, but that's the thing. That's WWE. They got a PC where they are trying to build Bianca Belair. That's what Stratton was. She's a pro athlete that you're building into a pro wrestler. So pro athletes, as you know, being a football coach, right? It's different. It's different.
Yes.
Like these kids are just gifted with, they have God's gift of athleticism that's a little bit different. So, and that's fine. That doesn't make you a better pro wrestler, but you have, once, if you could figure it out, you got a little bit more advantages to that point. So I digress. But let's get to this last topic because we do got to talk about this last match. We'll go a little bit over time too. You know, I'm okay, bench.
Sorry, Ben.
Andrade El Idolo versus Swerve Strickland. The winner of this match goes against Kenny Omega next week to fight the winner of that match will go against MJF. So it's a little bit of a tournament style. Obviously, Kenny wrestled earlier in the night. He beat Rocky Romero. While Swerve had to go against Andrade, I don't know, there's a little bit of a talent disparity. What does Rocky Romero get? I digress. But this was a banger main event, man. You really got to see Andrade kind of wrestle freely, man, after all the stuff that he's been through in life with his whole contract in WWE. Him and Swerve went out there, had a banger main event match. Andrade pulls out the victory. We are going to get him and Kenny. Let's not forget, him and Kenny was scheduled prior when Andrade debuted that first time, but then he got pulled back. We're finally getting it to happen next week. What are y'all thoughts on this, man? Was this the right call? Do you think Andrade has a strong chance to go against MJF as well? Mary, I'll start with you.
I'll say it's simple. Talk about someone that is very a breath of fresh air. Andrade El Idolo. He swerved us and let alone swerved Swerve. I loved it. It was a fantastic main event. The spots, the jumps, the finishers, and then that ending. OMG. I was up at 3 a.m. wanting to yell at the top of my lungs because that was probably the most shock factor finish that I've seen so far this year. And I hope that kind of builds Andrade to be a good heel down the road with now going up against Kenny next week. That was supposed to happen before all the stuff behind the scenes, the stuff behind the camera. But as far as for Swerve, I hope this doesn't ruin any momentum for him as far as him still dabbling in the main event picture, which I hope still keeps him there, but maybe not next. But for Kenny and Andrade next week, I feel like we're going to have a really good bout. Very good bout. Oh, yeah.
No doubt. Is Mary lagging a little bit?
We good?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay, we're good now. Sorry, you were lagging in the last second. My bad. All right. Well, yeah, to me, the term fresher breath of air is definitely true on it because I feel like we haven't had an opportunity to see him really shine, right? Like I feel like it's something that's going to be dope to see. Andrade is someone that has always been a figure point of like, has he been used right? Has he not been used right? You know what I'm saying? Like to me, I feel like it's one of those situations where now we got a fresh, clean slate. Let's see what really happens. And man, there's one thing you can't, disregard is that this man is one of the best in-ring wrestlers in the world, man. So it's gonna be cool to see. But I want to know your thoughts, man. What'd you think of the main event? And do you think we are getting Andrade versus MJF? Because they also got a little bit of history on the Twitter machine going against each other. Or do you think this is a Kenny and MJF out the gate?
See, and this is the beauty. So So here's the beauty of AEW, right? AEW is not as cut and dry as WWE when it comes to, am I going to get a face versus a heel? Or it's going to be face versus heel. Here it's going to be this versus this. You don't know. So it could be MJF versus Andrade El Idolo. It could be the Don Callis family, interfering, going after. It's fun like that. So I don't know. Like I don't know. It's hard to bet against Kenny Omega, but it just seems like right now that the Rocket is strapped to Andrade El Idolo. As Mary said, crazy finish, right? Like the last 5 minutes of that match was insanely fast and just wild. So good there. I don't know, man. I love the unpredictability. I love it. So Kenny Omega versus Andrade. It's gonna be a really fun match. Andrade gave us glimpses in WWE of what he is. The 7-match series he had with Mello, the tag team, all that was such great work. So I'm so glad that he's with AEW now, and they're just going to let him go. So just let him go, give him a title opportunity. MJF though is the man. MJF is one of the greats. Is it just me? So I don't know if you take the belt off MJF. And I don't know. I don't think it'll hurt Andrade if he loses, but it's going to be good. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, the unpredictability of it is what makes it so fascinating.
Yeah, no doubt, and I definitely agree, man. I feel like there is definitely the way that you can cut either direction of what it may be, and you could be just all right with it is the beauty of it. Me personally, I think Kenny and MJF story and championship match can wait a little bit. I don't know if I would burn it just yet. I feel like that could be a big time match. I feel like there should be a way for Andrade to pick up steam because I don't think he'll beat MJF, nor do I think MJF will lose to either one of these guys if whoever comes out as winner. But a little bit of Andrade kind of winning and kind of establishing himself off of a heater right there, beating a Swerve and beating a Kenny, puts him in a good place in the division, whatever direction you may be. But man, this roster is absolutely crazy, man. They got just a laundry list of incredible talents, and I'm hyped for it, man. Like I said, man, I know the Royal Rumble is on Saturday. That is definitely going to be all of our attentions to watch that afternoon. But I have a very strong will to watch Collision this weekend because they have a lot of incredible matches on there. And the fact that we're getting Tommaso Ciampa versus Briscoe, the debut of the Rascals, and a tag team championship match between the Babes of Wrath versus the Spooky Girls, it is going to be out of this world. So a lot of good wrestling for Saturday. But that is all the time we do have today, man. Mary and you, always a pleasure, man. Thank y'all. And everybody in the comments, thank you guys. Keep commenting, and subscribing everything that we do here on the Wrestling Republic platform. We'll be back same time tomorrow, knuckleheads. Y'all take care, man. If you're out on the East Coast, be warm. Stay safe.